Hey everybody, welcome to the tower. I hope you're having a good time and a great day, but if you're not, and you're having a tower moment, you've come to the right place. Alright? So, what do we do here? Well, tower moments, but how do we do that? So, I draw 2 cards from the Major Arcana deck to find out your overall tower moment. Alright? Before, tower, after. I look at the bottom of the deck for more information, then we clarify. We will do 3, 2, and 3. And one more card at the bottom of this one, and then we're done. All of these messages are timeless, so whenever you're watching this is when the universe wanted you to see it. Day, tomorrow, next week, next month. I don't know when you showed up here, but I'm glad you did. And there are no star signs. Everybody gets to play. Okay? With all that out of the way, I hope you like what you see and it helps you in some way. And I hope you hit the old subscribe button. I'm a YouTuber now, so I have to say the whole please hit the subscribe thing and try not to cringe too hard. Luckily, I have a good control on my cringe reaction. Right? But you got to say it. That's part of the YouTube law. Anyway, with all that done and out of the way, thanks for stopping by once more. Thanks for watching, and let's get started. On this side of the tower, we have the Fool card. Now, the Fool card is the energy of you made a foolish decision. You didn't think before you leap. You kind of just decided to throw caution to the wind and go for it. Sometimes that works out. Sometimes it does. Sometimes it's just a screw it. We're going to do this and see what happens. That kind of energy works. Not this time. This time it leads right to your tower because there's no planning involved, and without planning, without an idea of where to go next, you're going to hit the tower. All right, usually, and then that leads to the Empress. Now the Empress card here, she's the energy of new things, new ideas, growing new things. Think of it like a garden, right? Like someone tending their garden. The Empress is the one who pulls out all the weeds, all the bad thoughts, all the bad ideas. The intrusive thoughts, gotta go. This is the one who regulates the emotions, the energy, and it tries to balance all the things and encourage the growth of good ideas or new plans and get rid of the bad ones that say, let's do what we just did. All right? Let's clarify a little bit. Let's see what you got going on here. Well, this is 10 of Wands. That would make sense. More Wand energy. 3 of Wands. And the Queen of Pentacles on this side of the tower. So basically, the energy says here that instead of making a good plan, reasonable plan, just trying to plan things out a little bit, there was no plan. The three of Wands over here on the side of the tower is basically a no plan energy, and the 10 of Wands feels like you are doing this out of stress because you're like you've hit your last, limit. You can't take this anymore. You're carrying too much responsibility. So you're just like, you know what? I don't care anymore. I'm done. I'm out. I'm just going to do whatever I want, and I'm going to let the rest of it just fall apart. That's the energy I'm getting here. Because the Queen of Pentacles is on the bottom, and that's you not taking care of yourself physically. Not getting enough sleep, not getting enough to eat, enough to drink. It's just, you're not. That's the energy of no. Did you eat today? Maybe, once, you think. Did you sleep today? A few hours. Did you drink water today? What time is it? Can't remember. I've been living on energy drinks and Cheetos. Probably not the best thing, but that's what you're stressed out. You're beyond stressed out. You hit your limit 3 days ago. You're freaking out. You can't handle this anymore. So you decide to whatever. You don't care anymore. You walk. You do the Fool. You said, let's just see what happens when we do this. Well, this, whatever this is you decided, seems to be reckless. Knight of Swords. Very fast, very reckless energy. And the Ten of Cups. Um, well, this follows you home. This decision follows you home. It follows you away from all of this responsibilities. This is the moment that echoes in your life. This is the one bad decision you make out of desperation, or you stop caring, or apathy, or whatever you want to call it, that starts to echo throughout your whole life. Now other things are being affected. This is like the moment you're writing a book, right? And then you change one detail in the book because you're like, I like this, and you change it. And then you realize that affects the rest of the story going forward. This is that moment in your life where you just you crossed too big of a line here, and now it's messing up with your relationship. Might even be wrecking it. I don't know what this situation is, but I feel like this is work related, which I get, and I feel like you might have walked out on your job. Maybe you just got mad and quit, or you didn't quit, but you just left for the day, and you're just like, I ain't coming back. Or, this kind of energy is going to resonate through the rest of your life going forward for quite a while. It's going to hit your relationship. It's reckless. I mean, you're going to get yelled at. You're going to get screamed at for like, why did you decide to do that? This, that, and the other. Why? It's going to be the whole ordeal. So that leads to the Empress card. Now, the Empress card is covered by the King of Swords. Now, this Empress is not going to be nice. This is the whole, you need to reevaluate your whole life. You need to stop taking responsibility for things that aren't yours. You need to let things go. You need to relax. You need to chill. You need to stop worrying so much about the rest of the world, and you got to focus on you. Okay? And, yep. Page of Wands. You got to say the hard things. You got to be honest with yourself. It's going to be fiery. It's going to be like, oh man, you're going to have to dig deep into your own mind here. And you're going to have to say, like, what could I have done differently? Right? How could I have done this differently? Why did I act like this? Why did I do this? Why was I like that? Yep, and the Six of Cups, nostalgia. You're going to have to, it's looking back at your own actions and stuff. So the Empress is not going to be kind, because it's going to be very guilt-ridden, and it's going to be very, I wish I wouldn't have done that energy. There's going to be a lot of regret. But with regret comes healing for sure. And it's like, well, I'll know what not to do next time. I will know that if I'm facing too much trouble, responsibilities at work, or it just feels like it's too much, I'm not going to throw it all in the wood chipper and walk away. I'm going to set it down nice, and I'm going to say, I can't do this anymore. And I'm going to explain to people that it's too much and I just can't do it anymore. I need a break. You need to take a break before you break. That's the lesson of this reading. And if you want to avoid this whole resonation of your errors, and it just kind of affects your whole life, take a break. Quit. Stop. Just say, I need a vacation. Doesn't even have to be very long. Maybe a couple days. But yeah, you need to take care of yourself, and you need a vacation. This is what you're not going to do. Five of Pentacles on the bottom. This is the energy that says, listen, you're ghosting, you're leaving, you're running away. That's what basically causes this Tower moment. You disappear. You run when you shouldn't. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Sun and the Hierophant. So the Sun is the happiest card in the deck. It's got the most energy. But this energy only shows up after you learn your lesson. After you figure out that after all the pain that happens, after all the suffering and learning, then you figure it out, oh, now I know how to be happy. Now I know how to ask for breaks and, be responsible. Don't be the child and just scream and throw your stuff around and be like, I don't want to do this anymore. I quit and make it a bad day for everyone. All right? Self-control is the key here. If you can control yourself, if you get to this point in your life and in energy, and you're just feeling like, I'm just going to throw my hands up and run away and just whatever happens, happens, you might be picking up those pieces for a very long time. And you're going to learn that it's not the best way to do it. And it's going to bring happiness when you learn how to do it the better way. But if you want to avoid all that, which I would highly suggest you do, just take a vacation. Quit. Leave. Tell people just, hey, I need to take a time off. I can't do this anymore. I need to take a break before I break. And, when you come back, you come back, rearrange your life. Start saying, I'm just going to focus on me. Focus on yourself. You don't have to be the hero of everybody else's world. You don't have to be the one that fixes everything, or, that doesn't have to be you. It's been you for too long, and it's driving you crazy. And you don't want that. So, there you go. Self-control is the answer here. Don't lose your temper. Don't throw a fit. Don't have a tantrum. Just leave. Take a break. Deep breaths. All right, I'm going to show you the cards, and that'll be it for the day. Here we go. If you made it all the way to the end of the video, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate all of you for clicking on this old video and, watching it all the way to the end. You are double awesome if you made it this far. If you still are here, I would ask that you like and subscribe and hit the bell, and hopefully the bell works, because I do try to upload every single day. And, just kind of stick around, and maybe you need me again. Maybe you're having a bad day and you're like, man, I could really use some help. And then you could click on the channel and be like, yeah, that message helped me a lot. Thanks, dude. But a like and subscribe is all I ask in return. And it's totally free. It doesn't cost anything. All right? So, thank you again for watching. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Have a good day. Better day. Remember, relax. It's okay. It's fine. You'll be all right. Talk to you later. Bye.